Good evening, it's Brian here at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. I want to show you this car here, 2019 1.5 VTEC ES Honda HRV, and this one's part of our own fleet, so there's a good discounted price on it.
And if there's any information you want on this particular car, please do not hesitate to give me a shout. 086 843 1945. I'll be quite happy to talk to you about trading in your own car, financing this car, or any information you want on the car at all before you travel. And remember, we are Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare, family-run business in operation for almost 70 years with brands such as Honda, Hyundai, Mercedes and Opel.
So hopefully you can stick around and check out this car. We are going to have a look around the features on the outside of the car, then we're going to have a look at how the car drives, and then we're going to have a look at the features on the inside as well. So I'll try and be as quick as possible and keep it somewhat interesting if I can.
Unfortunately, no matter where I go this evening, there seems to be wind noise, so I do apologise if it is in the background. Anyway, this is the start of the next generation of Honda HRV. So what I mean by that is the HRV came out with us in 2016, then it was facelifted early 2019, so this is the facelift model. Significant features on the facelift are these really nice LED daytime running lamps and this solid wing face along through here, and that really noisy car that's going past as well. An old Cressida. Anyway, the front of the car, nice fog lights are standard. As we were saying, the chrome grille on the front I think makes a really nice difference to the front of the car. The previous model on these cars had a normal plastic grille, but this is a much more striking front end to the car. And the other cool thing is these headlights now on the next generation model, they used to be normal halogen setups, they have a projector style setup, so your dip headlight is here, your full headlight is in through here. They're also automated, so which means at night time they come on, and when you meet traffic they dip, and when you go into an unlit area they go to full all by themselves. Under the bonnet in these cars you will find a Earth Dreams VTEC. It is the old school non-turbo setup, so basically it is a 1.5 with 130 horsepower, super reliable unit, runs off a timing chain. See, when we drive it, it's a real revvy, gutsy kind of engine, but we'll have a look at that in a minute when we drive the car. Road tax for rear is €280, realistic fuel efficiency somewhere in the region of around 45 or so miles per gallon, in other words about 6 to 6.5 litres per 100 kilometres. Other things you'll notice on the front of the car is, we talked about the automatic lights, there's also automatic wipers which come on in rains, and then collision mitigation. Under 32 kilometres an hour, if you are about to impact an object and you haven't braked, this car is going to try and stop you before you hit that object. Here comes that Crest again, it's super noisy. Any of the bikes are old school Jap cars? Well, I'd love to say that Crest is really annoying. It's not. It's cool, it's old, I love those old Japanese cars. But guess what? I love these new Japanese cars too. Let's keep looking at the car. So moving on down the side of the car, then we can see there is 17-inch alloy wheels. There is a chrome door handle at the front. We'll see the rear one is hidden in a minute, and privacy glass is also standard in the rear. The key's also got some neat functionality, which means basically we can switch on the lights using the key, or we can also control the windows and wing mirrors from the key. So if I basically unlock the car, windows can retract, or similarly if I go to lock the car, the wing mirrors and the windows retract using the key. Actually, one other thing I forgot to say, the front of these cars also have parking sensors at the front, and we'll see that they're also located on the rear of the car, and we're going to see a reverse camera to go with that in a minute. The rear taillights on the HRV are then this nice LED style, and for 2019 upgrade models there's also a rear chrome just over the number plate recess in the rear. Black's a really nice colour for these new models. Everything comes together really well because there is black arches on the car which complement the colour of the body, and also those tinted rear windows. So let's see what this car is like to drive. Nice and quiet. So, what are these cars like to drive? Right, first of all, brake reach, so you can get a nice position in terms of the steering wheel. The gear stick is lovely. It's nice, short, and really accessible where it is. As we saw in through here, we got a big screen which is going to have a camera. I'll go through that better with you in a sec. What I like about driving these cars though is, because they are the mini SUV section, they are not massively big overall. This car is actually based on a Jazz, believe it or not. So they're a heap of fun to drive. Because they drive like a car, because I suppose essentially they are a car. This is a really zippy engine. It's that old school kind of Honda engine, so it kind of encourages you to drive it on. Yeah, what I like about HRVs is they're just fun to drive. First gear, the second gear. And I'm not being hard in the car. And all of a sudden then, we're at 100 kilometers an hour. That noise there was just telling me that I drifted over the white line. Normally in these videos I would tell you exactly how the car is driving in terms of brakes and steering and all that kind of stuff, but this is a 2019 car. It's got about 13,000 kilometers. You'd expect this car to be driving like new,
And it is.
So in my humble opinion, which is completely biased, these cars will suit somebody that is looking for a car that sometimes they like driving a car up and down through the gears so they get a bit of fun out of the car, but they also want a comfortable SUV that's got a high driving position but something that's not too big and bulky like the Qashqais and Tucsons and Sportages. Okay, so it's starting to get a lot darker, a lot quicker these days. Anyway, let's have a look in the boot. The boot is quite big, comparable to Nissan Qashqai, but in this case you can't see anything because it's starting to get so dark. So moving in through here, then you should be able to see the length of the boot overall. So it is quite decent. Under here then we have more storage. You can put a spare wheel in there, however most people choose not to because they rather the storage element of it. As we move into the back of the car then, we said there was a chrome door handle up front, but there's a rear door handle recessed up here, and that's because the idea is the coupe high rider look.
In other words, what they're trying to do basically is make these SUVs, which are in this segment, sportier looking, so it actually looks like a 3-door initially. Anyway, let's have a look around. In terms of the headroom's really good in the back of these cars, very, very good headroom overall, and actually the legroom is surprisingly good. And because the car is actually based on the Honda Jazz, you would think that is actually not a good thing. When it comes to legroom, that is a super thing. There's unreal legroom in the back of a Jazz, and this is the exact same as well. So overall, height, length, very, very good overall. Don't take my word for it. In terms of width, if you do need 3 people in the back of the car regularly, then this is probably not going to be the best car. There is wider cars out there that'll suit, but if it's, you know, usually going to be 4 people in the car, the odd time 5, this is perfect because the room is very, very good.
And the seats of these cars also have a really cool functionality set up. So if you look at that, you can drop the seats, you basically end up with something which is comparable to a light commercial vehicle. And what other cool function is, there is a power outlet in the boot as well if you decide to do the picnic thing. But keeping on the theme of the seats, we can lift them back up and then we can go the opposite way. So we can lift this and lock it in the magic seat style, which essentially then gives us this tall mode. So if you have anything really awkward that you need to bring home from somewhere, IKEA or whatever it is, you end up with a really cool tall mode in the back without having to interfere with what's in the boot. And other things you'd expect in the back of the car then, 3 head restraints, 3 3-point safety belts. There's also ISOFIX over here, there's ISOFIX on the other side, there's an armrest in through the centre, and I do apologise as the light begins to fade. In terms of the rear then, there is another power outlet back here with a drinks holder in through there and a kangaroo pocket for storage over through here. So moving up front to the inside of the car, as we can see, nice chrome surrounds around the speakers, electrics for windows and mirrors over here. All the door handles in the car will have chrome surround as well as this chrome style handle in through here. The seat has the same kind of black material all the way through, but it's a really well supported on side, so peripheral support on these seats is really, really nice overall. So as you sit in the car then, this is the point of view that you're going to see in front of you. First of all, revolution counter in through here. Over through here then we have our speedo, and this big white surround over here, what happens is when you're driving along, that changes from green to orange to red, depending how economical you're being, to try and prompt you to drive more economically. There's a trip computer in here for average speed, fuel efficiency, all that kind of information here, and this is a speed sign recognition which tells you the exact speed zone that you are in at the current time of driving. Moving down to the steering wheel then, we have cruise control with speed limiter in through here, which is also speed limit intelligent from the point of view of road signs. It'll actually warn you when you're in a speed area as well. This is controls for radio over through here. This down here is Bluetooth, and then on the other side then is the trip computer to control the trip computer in through here. Over off to the right hand side we have our economy function, which reduces how aggressive the cruise control or the air conditioner is. Down through here then we have parking sensors front and rear, lane departure warning, which we heard when I was out driving, traction control, and things like height of the lights overall. The wipers, as we talked about, are automatic, and the lights are also automatic too. As we look off down to the centre, I can rest my arm along through here in an armrest that actually moves, and then after that I've got a drinks holder which can be tall or shallow depending what kind of drink I want to put in there. After that then we have our parking brake in through here. We have our lovely 6-speed gearbox in through here. The heating controls are based on an LCD touchscreen over through here, so dual zone, different temperatures on each side of the car. After that then front and rear windscreen demisters, which also demist the wing mirrors. After that then we have our Honda Connect system in through here, which relates to CD. We've got radio, we've got 2 USB points as well, and we can obviously Bluetooth music as well. You have navigation in through there, which is Garmin, and also then, as we talked about already, we have our reverse camera with different modes in through here.
So I must apologise, the light is after getting so dark so quick. It's only 8 o'clock at night. It is really after getting dark so quick. So apologies about that. The light isn't brilliant, but in terms of condition in the car, it is an early new car, so you'd expect it to be quite good. This is just to give you an idea of what's in the car overall. Anyway, this HRV is for sale. We can take a trade-in, we can finance. The car has a warranty until 2022 and roadside assist until 2022 as well. And it's part of the Fitzpatrick's fleet since brand new. If you want information on the car, 086 843 1945. Brian is my name. Call, text, WhatsApp, whichever suits. Hopefully the video's been useful. Hopefully the car's of interest. Thanks for taking time to watch.